In recent years, the intersection of cryptocurrency and politics has drawn increasing scrutiny, particularly as the once nascent industry becomes embroiled in a web of political machinations and financial speculation. This phenomenon has been aptly described in a recent article from The Economist, which aptly characterizes the crypto industry as becoming the ultimate swamp asset. As the industry continues to expand, its entanglement with political interests raises pressing questions about its integrity and sustainability. Once envisioned as a revolutionary technology capable of disrupting traditional financial systems, cryptocurrency has increasingly become synonymous with self-dealing and political maneuvering. The article highlights how investments from influential political figures such as members of the Trump family, combined with favorable regulatory environments, have propelled the crypto sector into the heart of American political discourse. This convergence has not only fueled a rapid expansion of the industry but has also led to growing concerns about its implications for governance and economic stability. The potential dangers of this intertwining relationship were underscored by recent trends in the cryptocurrency market. As regulatory scrutiny intensifies, the volatility of crypto assets has become a point of concern for investors and policymakers alike. The Economist notes that the crypto market, which promised decentralization and independence from traditional financial systems, now finds itself increasingly subject to the same political pressures and market manipulation that characterize more conventional assets. This reality has prompted calls for greater regulation to ensure market stability and protect investors. As the industry grapples with these challenges, the implications for innovation and investor confidence are significant. The article suggests that the shift from an idealistic vision of cryptocurrency to a more politically charged environment could stifle innovation and lead to a loss of public trust. The once clear line between finance and politics is now blurred, and the future of cryptocurrency hangs in the balance. In this evolving landscape, the question remains whether the cryptocurrency sector can navigate its way out of the political swamp it finds itself in. Stakeholders within the industry must address the growing concerns about transparency and regulation while striving to maintain the original ethos of decentralization and innovation that attracted so many to the technology in the first place. As the regulatory framework surrounding cryptocurrency continues to develop, it will be crucial for both policymakers and industry leaders to find a balance that fosters innovation while protecting consumers and the integrity of financial markets. The outcome of this ongoing struggle will likely shape not only the future of cryptocurrency but also the broader financial landscape for years to come. In an era where the lines between technology, finance, and politics are increasingly blurred, the stakes have never been higher. As the housing market continues to evolve, first-time home buyers are facing significant hurdles that could spell trouble for builders and the broader real estate sector. Recent data indicates that many prospective buyers are grappling with high interest rates and inflated home prices, leading to a stagnation in sales and a growing concern among builders about their future profitability. According to a report from the Wall Street Journal, the challenges for first-time buyers are multifaceted. The average mortgage rate has risen sharply, hovering around 7%, the highest it has been in over 2 decades. This spike in borrowing costs has made homeownership increasingly unattainable for many, particularly younger buyers who often lack substantial savings for down payments. A survey conducted by the National Association of Realtors reveals that approximately 75% of first-time buyers cite affordability as their primary obstacle, with many expressing fears that they may never achieve the dream of owning a home. The implications of this trend extend beyond the buyers themselves. Builders who are now facing a dual crisis of rising material costs and declining demand are feeling the pinch. According to the National Association of Home Builders, new housing starts have dropped by nearly 10% compared to last year. This downturn is compounded by an oversupply of homes in certain markets, leading to a concerning backlog of unsold properties. We are in a precarious situation where builders are forced to cut prices or offer incentives just to move inventory, says Robert Dietz, chief economist at the NAB. If this trend continues, we could see a significant slowdown in new construction that could last for years. The ripple effects of a slowing housing market could be felt in various sectors from employment in construction to the financial services that support home buying. Local economies that are heavily reliant on real estate development might also face challenges, potentially leading to job losses and reduced consumer spending. As builders grapple with these challenges, they are exploring strategies to adapt to the changing landscape. Many are shifting their focus to more affordable housing options, including smaller homes and properties in less expensive markets. Additionally, builders are investing in technology to streamline construction processes and reduce costs, hoping to pass some savings on to buyers. Looking ahead, the future of the housing market remains uncertain. Experts anticipate that while interest rates may stabilize, they are unlikely to decrease significantly in the short term. This environment could lead to a prolonged period of adjustment for both buyers and builders. As the market recalibrates, the emphasis on affordability will likely be a central theme. In conclusion, the struggles of first-time home buyers are not just a personal dilemma, they represent a critical challenge for the housing industry as a whole. With builders caught in a bind between rising costs and declining demand, the path forward will require innovative solutions and a concerted effort to make homeownership attainable once again. As the dynamics of the market shift, stakeholders must adapt to ensure that the dream of homeownership remains within reach for future generations. In a captivating revelation from the ancient world, scientists have discovered a prehistoric wasp that employed a unique hunting strategy reminiscent of the Venus flytrap. Named Cyrenobethelus charybdis, this 99-million-year-old insect was found preserved in amber in Myanmar, showcasing an unprecedented method of prey capture that has never been observed in modern insects. The findings, detailed in a recent study published in BMC Biology, shed light on the evolutionary sophistication of ancient predatory behaviors. The wasp's name draws inspiration from Charybdis, a mythological sea monster known for creating deadly whirlpools. Similarly, Cyrenobethelus charybdis possessed a remarkable structure on its abdomen that acted like a trap, ensnaring unsuspecting insects to incubate the wasp's eggs. This discovery reveals that ancient insects had already developed sophisticated prey capture strategies, stated Wu Qiong, the study's lead author and a doctoral student at Capital Normal University. Wu emphasized that such findings reshape our understanding of parasitic wasp evolution. The fossil itself, no larger than a dime, was originally acquired by a Chinese collector and donated for research. While initially thought to be distorted due to the fossilization process, further examination with microscopes and CT scans unveiled a structure comprising 3 flaps that mimicked the trapping mechanism of a Venus flytrap. These flaps, equipped with sensitive hairs, could swiftly close upon triggering, effectively securing the prey. Researchers believe that rather than killing their victims, these wasps used them as living incubators for their eggs, a behavior that is both fascinating and terrifying. Chenyang Kai, a paleoentomologist who was not directly involved in the study, praised the discovery, noting its uniqueness compared to modern wasps and highlighting the diversity of insect life during the mid-Cretaceous period. This particular wasp's evolutionary adaptations suggest it was likely a sit-and-wait predator relying on ambush tactics rather than active pursuit of its prey. The researchers speculate about the potential hosts for Cyrenobethelus charybdis eggs, suggesting they may have targeted small agile insects like springtails or tiny flies. This insight draws parallels to the behavior of modern pincer wasps, which have developed their own methods of capturing and restraining hosts for egg-laying. However, the anatomical differences between these ancient wasps and their modern relatives reveal a stark divergence in evolutionary paths, with Cyrenobethelus charybdis appearing more cumbersome and less adept at chasing down prey. The study of such fossils is crucial, according to Kai, as it underscores the rich tapestry of insect evolution that cannot be fully understood through the lens of contemporary species alone. Indeed, as scientists continue to uncover the nuances of prehistoric life, they unearth stories that challenge our assumptions about evolution and survival. The implications of these findings extend beyond mere curiosity; they contribute to a broader understanding of ecological dynamics throughout history. As researchers piece together the lives of these ancient creatures, they also underscore the importance of biodiversity and the various survival strategies that have emerged over millions of years. As paleontologists delve deeper into the ancient past, the stories of creatures like Sirenobethelus charybdis serve as a reminder of the complexity and wonder of life on Earth. Future explorations may reveal even more about the intricate web of life that existed long before humans walked the planet. Highlighting the enduring legacy of evolution and the relentless march of time. In a landscape where geopolitical tensions often intertwine with business decisions, Qatar's recent move to gift a private jet to former President Donald Trump has sparked significant concerns regarding national security and potential espionage. As the global spotlight shines on this development, questions arise about the implications of such high-profile gestures in the realm of international relations and security. The proposal, which emerged on May 15, 2025, has been met with scrutiny from both political analysts and security experts. The Jeddah luxurious Gulfstream G650 represents more than just a symbol of goodwill from the Gulf nation. It raises alarms about the potential for surveillance and intelligence gathering. Experts are particularly wary that the advanced technology integrated into modern aircraft could be exploited for nefarious purposes, particularly given the strained relations between the United States and various nations in the Middle East. A spokesperson for a prominent national security think tank commented, "Gifts of this nature, especially to a former president, can blur the lines between diplomacy and influence peddling. The potential for espionage cannot be dismissed lightly." This sentiment reflects a growing unease within political circles, echoing previous instances where gifts or favors have been used as tools for surveillance or manipulation. Moreover, the implications of Qatar's gesture extend beyond mere concerns of espionage. Analysts suggest that this move could be part of a broader strategy to strengthen Qatar's diplomatic ties with influential figures in the U.S., particularly as it navigates its position within the complex web of Middle Eastern geopolitics. By aligning itself with a figure like Trump, Qatar may be looking to bolster its profile and influence in Washington, particularly as it seeks to counterbalance rival nations in the region, noted a political analyst from the Middle East Institute. The timing of the gift adds another layer of complexity. As the world grapples with the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic and ongoing economic challenges, nations are keenly aware of how their actions may be perceived on the global stage. Qatar, which has previously faced criticism for its ties to extremist groups and its human rights record, may see this gesture as a means to reshape its narrative in the eyes of American policymakers and the public. Furthermore, the potential fallout from this decision could resonate within the U.S. political landscape. As the nation heads into the 2026 midterm elections, the optics of foreign gifts to prominent political figures could fuel debates surrounding influence and corruption. Lawmakers may find themselves under pressure to scrutinize the ethical implications of such transactions, potentially leading to calls for more stringent regulations governing foreign gifts to public officials. As the story unfolds, it will be crucial to monitor how both the U.S. government and the public respond to Qatar's overture. The intersection of business and politics is ever evolving, and the implications of this gift will likely reverberate for years to come. The future of U.S.-Qatar relations may hinge on how effectively both nations navigate the delicate balance between diplomacy and security, with the specter of espionage lurking in the background. As we look ahead, it will be essential to watch for further developments that could shape international relations and domestic policy in this complex arena. In an era where traditional revenue streams for publishers are increasingly challenged, the Wall Street Journal is doubling down on its premium membership programs. With the launch of 2 new councils under its leadership, Institute, the Wall Street Journal aims to enhance its offerings for senior executives while generating substantial reader revenue. This strategic move reflects a broader trend in the media industry as publishers seek innovative ways to monetize their most engaged audiences. The newest addition to the WSJ's membership portfolio, the Chief People Officer Council, was unveiled recently following the introduction of the Board of Directors Council just a month prior. These initiatives are part of a revitalization effort for the 17-year-old Leadership Institute, which is overseen by Alan Murray, the former CEO of Fortune magazine. Murray, who initiated the first membership program, the CEO Council, in 2008, expressed the Institute's commitment to expanding its community offerings. "We're looking at how we can add new communities and new services," he stated. "The core of our business is peer exchange, networking, and learning. That's what our members told us they wanted more of." The WSJ's membership programs cater to a specific demographic: senior executives. The flagship CEO Council remains the largest, boasting 358 members, while other councils focus on CFOs, CIOs, compliance officers, and the newly launched councils. Although the Wall Street Journal has not disclosed the exact costs for joining the newer council's, membership for the CEO Council is pegged at a significant $25,000 annually. This pricing strategy highlights the WSJ's focus on monetizing its most valuable users through sophisticated membership models, as noted by Abby Watson, a senior analyst at Enders Analysis. "The industry needs to move beyond a binary subscription or advertising model," Watson remarked, emphasizing the importance of diversified revenue streams. Currently, the Leadership Institute has approximately 750 members, and according to Josh Stinchcomb, the WSJ's Chief Revenue Officer, the program is exceeding its new member growth targets by 20% this fiscal year. Notably, the revenue generated by the Leadership Institute is split between sponsorship 60% and membership fees 40%. However, there are plans to shift this balance towards a greater emphasis on membership as the program continues to evolve. The councils provide exclusive benefits, including access to in-person summits, global dinners, virtual roundtables, and off-the-record discussions designed to foster peer-to-peer learning. This approach not only enhances the value of membership but also reinforces the WSJ's commitment to creating a community of influential business leaders. With the breakneck pace of change executives have to contend with, from AI to tariffs and the market, executives are more desperate than ever for opportunities to learn from one another, Stinchcomb added. As the Wall Street Journal navigates this new landscape of membership-based revenue, the Leadership Institute is also expanding its content offerings. This includes a new CEO newsletter and plans for a video and podcast series featuring insights from business leaders. The ambition is clear: to create a comprehensive ecosystem that not only generates revenue but also builds lasting relationships with key decision-makers in the corporate world. Looking ahead, the WSJ's initiatives in the realm of membership programs may serve as a blueprint for other publishers grappling with similar challenges. As the media landscape evolves, the ability to offer tailored high-value experiences to engaged readers will likely play a pivotal role in defining the future of publishing. With its Leadership Institute strategy, the Wall Street Journal is poised to not only capitalize on the current trends but also set a precedent for how media companies can thrive in an increasingly subscription-oriented world. In a significant shift within the financial markets, private equity firm Thoma Bravo has divested its remaining stake in the Nasdaq exchange, a move that underscores the ever-evolving landscape of investment and ownership in the finance sector. According to reports from Reuters, the firm completed this transaction for approximately $3.4 billion, executed through two separate deals that reflect both strategic financial planning and market dynamics. On May 7, Thoma Bravo initiated the sell-off by parting with 17.33 million shares at a price of $77.90 each, generating about $1.35 billion, as disclosed in a filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Just days later, a block of approximately 25.5 million shares was sold to JP Morgan for $80.68 per share. This strategic divestiture highlights Thoma Bravo's acute timing in a market where fluctuations can significantly impact valuations. The firm first entered the Nasdaq landscape in 2023 when it struck a notable $10.5 billion cash and stock deal to acquire fintech firm Adenza. This acquisition not only bolstered Thoma Bravo's portfolio but also provided it with a substantial stake in the transatlantic exchange operator. Prior to this latest divestment, Thoma Bravo had already sold a substantial 41.6 million shares in a secondary public offering in July 2024, raising around $2.72 billion. Despite receiving considerable attention for its financial maneuvers, both Nasdaq and Thoma Bravo refrained from commenting on the transactions, leaving analysts to speculate on the broader implications of this divestment. Bourse Dubai, which trimmed its stake in Nasdaq from 15.5% to 10.8% last year, remains the largest single shareholder of the exchange, signaling a continued interest in Nasdaq's long-term potential amidst a volatile economic environment. The decision to divest comes at a time when the financial services sector is grappling with various headwinds, including regulatory changes and shifts in investor sentiment. These factors may have influenced Thoma Bravo's strategic withdrawal, allowing the firm to capitalize on current market valuations while reallocating resources toward new opportunities. The implications of such a large-scale divestment could ripple through the market, potentially affecting Nasdaq's stock performance and its strategic initiatives moving forward. As the dust settles on this significant transaction, industry observers will be keenly watching how Nasdaq navigates the post-Thoma Bravo landscape. With the exchange continuing to innovate and expand its offerings, including its recent foray into fintech through the Adenza acquisition, the future appears full of possibilities. Investors and market analysts alike will be looking for indications of Nasdaq's direction and performance in the wake of this major shift in ownership. The implications of this move could redefine investment strategies and stakeholder dynamics within one of the world's most influential stock exchanges. In a significant leap for artificial intelligence, Google DeepMind has unveiled AlphaEvolve, a groundbreaking chatbot system designed to tackle complex problems in mathematics and computer science. Released in a white paper on May 14, 2025, AlphaEvolve's capabilities extend beyond mere problem solving. It has already demonstrated its potential by improving the design of AI chips and addressing unsolved mathematical challenges. This innovation marks a pivotal moment not only for Google but also for the broader field of AI, as it harnesses the power of large language models (LLMs) in a novel and effective way. AlphaEvolve operates by combining the generative creativity of LLMs with advanced algorithms that evaluate and refine its outputs. According to Pushmeet Kohli, head of science at DeepMind, the system has already optimized the design of next-generation tensor processing units, specialized computing chips essential for AI tasks, resulting in resource savings of approximately 0.7%. Kohli emphasized it has had substantial impact, showcasing the practical applications of this technology beyond theoretical mathematics. Mario Kren, leading the artificial scientist lab at the Max Planck Institute for the Science of Light, praised the system as a spectacular achievement. Kren noted that AlphaEvolve represents the first successful demonstration of deriving new discoveries through general-purpose LLMs, which contrasts sharply with previous AI applications that were heavily tailored for specific tasks, like the protein designing AlphaFold. The mechanics behind AlphaEvolve involve an interactive process where users input a question, evaluation criteria, and a proposed solution. The LLM generates hundreds or thousands of modifications which are then assessed by an evaluator algorithm. This iterative evolution of ideas enables the system to cultivate stronger algorithms over time. Matej Balog, an AI scientist at DeepMind, explained, "We explore this diverse set of possibilities of how the problem can be solved, illustrating the system's adaptive learning capabilities." Notably, AlphaEvolve has made strides in mathematical computation, reportedly finding methods for matrix multiplication that outperform existing algorithms, specifically one developed by Volker Strassen in 1969. This advancement could have far-reaching implications, especially in fields requiring optimization such as materials science and engineering. However, some researchers remain cautious about the system's broader applicability. Simon Freiter, an AI researcher at the University of Oxford, pointed out that while AlphaEvolve shows promise, its utility may be limited to specific tasks that can be framed in computational terms. Others, like Juan Sun from Ohio State University, urge for independent validation of the tool's effectiveness outside of DeepMind's controlled environment. Until the systems have been tested by a broader community, I would stay skeptical, he warned. Despite requiring significant computational resources, DeepMind aims to make AlphaEvolve accessible to the academic community. Coley stated, "We are definitely committed to make sure that the most people in the scientific community get access to it," a sentiment that underscores the company's goal to integrate this technology into wider scientific research. As AI continues to evolve, the introduction of systems like AlphaEvolve raises intriguing questions about the future of scientific inquiry and the role of artificial intelligence in facilitating new discoveries. The success of this tool could herald a new era in which AI not only assists but actively participates in the scientific process, potentially revolutionizing the way researchers approach complex problems across various disciplines. Looking ahead, the scientific community will be keenly observing how AlphaEvolve performs in real-world applications and whether it fulfills its promise as a transformative force in AI-driven research. In a groundbreaking study published in the British Journal of Cancer, researchers have unveiled the intricate relationship between social vulnerability and the treatment outcomes of laryngeal cancer (LC) in the United States. Although previous research has explored social determinants of health SDOH and isolation, this study takes a comprehensive approach, examining how multiple vulnerabilities converge to impact patient prognosis and treatment disparities. Laryngeal cancer remains a significant public health concern, constituting nearly 19% of all new head and neck cancer diagnoses in the U.S. in 2023. Despite a decline in incidence over the past 3 decades, mortality rates have risen largely due to late-stage diagnoses. As the study's lead author David J. Feijung pointed out, it is crucial to understand the multifaceted influences that lead to these disparities in order to improve patient outcomes. The research analyzed data from 74,495 LC patients diagnosed between 1975 and 2017 utilizing the Social Vulnerability Index (SVI) developed by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC). This index incorporates 15 social determinants grouped into 4 themes: socioeconomic status, household composition, minority race/ethnicity and language status, and housing and transportation. The study's findings revealed a stark correlation between increased social vulnerability and negative treatment outcomes. Specifically, the results indicated that survival time for patients with higher SVI scores decreased significantly, by 34.37% from an average of 72.83 months to 47.80 months. Similarly, the duration of patient surveillance also declined by 28.09% with rising vulnerability levels. Advanced disease staging was more likely among patients from more vulnerable backgrounds, with the odds of late-stage diagnosis increasing by 15% for each incremental rise in SVI. Additionally, the study found that patients with higher social vulnerability were more likely to receive chemotherapy but less likely to undergo crucial treatments such as surgical resection and radiotherapy. The implications of these findings are profound. As noted by co-author Nosaiba Osazuwa-Peters, this study underscores the need for healthcare providers to address the social contexts of their patients. Without recognizing these vulnerabilities, we risk perpetuating health disparities. The authors argue that the SVI can serve as a vital tool for clinicians in assessing social vulnerabilities, thus guiding more equitable healthcare practices. Despite the comprehensive nature of the study, the authors acknowledge certain limitations. Data concerning specific treatment types and patient characteristics were often incomplete, which could affect the overall understanding of the nuanced interactions between social vulnerabilities and treatment outcomes. Looking ahead, the researchers advocate for further investigation into custom SDOH indices that encompass a broader range of factors impacting health disparities. They emphasize the importance of initiating actionable policies that address the root causes of social vulnerability in healthcare settings. As discussions surrounding health equity gain momentum, studies like this play a critical role in shaping our understanding of how social factors contribute to health disparities. The findings present a clarion call for healthcare systems to integrate social determinants into patient care, aiming to foster environments where all patients, regardless of their socioeconomic background, receive the quality care they deserve. In recent years, Tonga has emerged from the shadows of its past, previously characterized by natural disasters, into the forefront of a geopolitical contest that is reshaping the Pacific region. Once primarily recognized for its dramatic volcanic eruptions and tsunamis, Tonga is now at the center of a complex struggle for influence involving global powers like China, the United States, and Australia. In an insightful interview with Tebita Machalalo, director of the Royal Oceania Institute, the intricacies of Tonga's political landscape amid this evolving power dynamic are brought to light. Tonga's unique political structure, a blend of traditional monarchy and modern democracy, has played a pivotal role in navigating the challenges posed by great power competition. As Machalalo explains, Tonga's political structure has and continues to be very sensitive to global power changes. With a historical legacy of a chiefly system and a parliamentary democracy established in 1875, Tonga's governance model is influenced by both local traditions and external pressures. The monarchy retains significant power, particularly in matters of foreign policy, with the king appointing ambassadors and overseeing international relations. However, the recent resignation of the prime minister amid allegations of corruption and conflicts over foreign policy underscores the delicate balance of power within this small nation, a balance that is increasingly under scrutiny from foreign interests. Corruption poses a significant challenge in Tonga, where the small size of the government can complicate accountability. Machalalo notes, with small countries come not only small economies but also small governments, emphasizing that the limited number of officials can make it difficult to establish robust checks against corrupt practices. Recent initiatives such as the introduction of an anti-corruption commissioner funded by Australia aim to tackle these issues. However, the involvement of external powers raises concerns about foreign influence and the potential for competing interests from nations like China. Tonga's geographical positioning bestows it with a unique advantage, making it a significant player in regional geopolitics. Located at a crossroads of global trade, with approximately 60% of all seaborne trade passing through the Pacific, Tonga finds itself in a strategic position that has not gone unnoticed by global powers. The Pacific itself is the pivot, Machalalo asserts, indicating that the region's importance transcends mere geopolitical maneuvering, as it holds vital economic and strategic value for larger nations. The Pacific Islands Forum, recently convened in Tonga, highlighted the importance of regional cooperation in addressing shared challenges from climate change to transnational crime. While Tonga has made strides in areas such as education and health, the high costs of mobility and transportation within the Pacific hinder deeper integration among nations. Machalalo advocates for a nuanced approach to regional collaboration, drawing parallels to successful models from other small island nations like Israel and Singapore. He believes that leveraging technological advancements and fostering interconnectedness are crucial for the Pacific's future development. As Tonga navigates its financial obligations, particularly concerning debts owed to China, the quest for sovereignty becomes increasingly complex. Machalalo points out that while Tonga can manage its current debts, the potential for future geopolitical tensions, especially regarding Taiwan, could complicate repayment strategies. He emphasizes the need for careful balancing of financial relationships while maintaining national autonomy, a challenge that many Pacific nations face as they navigate the competing interests of their larger neighbors. Australia's traditional role as a guarantor of security in the region is being challenged by China's growing influence. Machalalo reflects on the historical context of Australian interventions, noting that dissatisfaction among local populations can create openings for other powers like China to step in. The dynamics of this relationship are critical, especially as discussions around regional security agreements continue. Looking ahead, Machalalo envisions a future where Tonga and the broader Pacific region can capitalize on their geopolitical significance while fostering sustainable development. He stresses the importance of recognizing shared identities among Pacific nations and leveraging their unique positions in the digital and satellite age. We need to open up the region to engagement with a wider range of partners, he asserts, indicating a desire for collaboration that prioritizes mutual benefit over mere influence seeking. As Tonga stands at a crossroads, the implications of its choices will resonate well beyond its shores, shaping the geopolitical landscape of the Pacific for years to come. The potential for growth and development hinges on the country's ability to navigate the complexities of international relations while safeguarding its sovereignty and fostering regional unity. With increasing global attention on the Pacific, Tonga's journey will be one to watch as it balances tradition with the demands of a rapidly changing world. In a groundbreaking advancement for personalized medicine, a baby boy named KJ has become the first individual to receive a tailor-made CRISPR gene editing therapy, demonstrating the innovative potential of genetic engineering in treating rare diseases. This pioneering treatment, administered at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, marks a significant milestone in the application of gene editing technology, providing a glimpse into a future where personalized therapies could transform the medical landscape. KJ, diagnosed with a life-threatening genetic disorder due to mutations in both copies of the CPS1 gene, faced severe health risks, including the dangerous accumulation of ammonia in his bloodstream. Without intervention, the prognosis for children with CPS1 deficiency is grim, with a mortality rate exceeding 50%. KJ was very sick. And there wasn't time for business as usual, stated Kiran Musunuru, a member of the research team from the University of Pennsylvania. In an expedited approval process, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration (FDA) granted permission for the treatment just a week after the application was submitted, reflecting the urgency of KJ's condition. The treatment process involved a bespoke gene editing approach utilizing a CRISPR technology variant known as base editing to correct KJ's genetic mutation. According to Rebecca Ahrens-Nicholas, the lead researcher, KJ has shown early signs of improvement since receiving the therapy, which was administered in multiple doses over several months. He is now able to eat more protein than before, she noted, highlighting the treatment's effectiveness in enhancing his quality of life. While the implications of KJ's treatment are significant, the financial and logistical aspects of personalized gene therapy remain complex. Musunuru acknowledged that while the costs associated with KJ's treatment are currently undetermined, largely due to contributions from various companies involved, the expectation is that prices will decrease as manufacturing processes become more efficient. He remarked, "As we get better at doing this, economies of scale will kick in and you can expect the cost to come down orders of magnitude." However, personalized treatments may initially come at a premium compared to more generalized therapies. For instance, the first approved gene editing treatment for sickle cell disease, which alters fetal hemoglobin production rather than targeting specific mutations, carries a staggering price tag of £1.65 million per treatment course in the UK. The unique nature of KJ's treatment underscores both the promise and the challenges of developing individualized gene therapies, which historically have faced hurdles in regulatory approval due to the complexity of addressing various mutations within the same gene. In light of this groundbreaking event, there is a growing push towards adopting a platform-based regulatory approach that would facilitate broader approval for therapies targeting multiple mutations. Nick Mead from Genetic Alliance UK emphasized the potential of this model. Platform-based approaches like genome editing with CRISPR offer a scalable way to treat even the rarest diseases, he said, suggesting that KJ's case could inspire similar innovations for other patients with rare genetic disorders. As the field of personalized medicine continues to evolve, researchers and healthcare professionals are optimistic about the future of gene editing therapies. The success of KJ's treatment not only represents a significant leap forward in scientific innovation but also serves as a beacon of hope for countless families grappling with the challenges of rare genetic conditions. Moving forward, the integration of personalized therapies into mainstream medicine promises to reshape the treatment landscape, potentially leading to cures for diseases that have long eluded effective intervention. The ongoing developments in gene editing technology, coupled with a commitment to refining regulatory frameworks, could herald a new era in healthcare where personalized medicine becomes the norm rather than the exception.